There are certain tech gadgets, if I had never come across them, used them, or even known they existed, I would have gone through life completely fine without them. But once I learned about them, saw how they're used, tested them out myself, I was like, okay, now I absolutely need this. This is one of those gadgets, the Douxlife Monitor Light Bar. I genuinely feel like I need it now. Like, I've been using it nonstop since I got it, and the benefits are honestly really good. So let's get into it. Overall, what is the purpose of a monitor light bar, you may ask? Why not just have a lamp on my desk or some other source of light? Why a monitor light bar? And to that, I had to kind of see it and find out myself. But first, the nice part is it lights up your workspace. So if you're ever using your workspace to take notes or read some documents on your desk, you don't need any other external light. If you have a monitor light bar, it is lighting up your workspace and it makes it so much easier to see everything that's on it. So I've been using it for that purpose since. And the other thing is, especially if you're working at night, late at night, it's just more calming just using the monitor light bar, because all I really need at night is just to see my space and my monitors, and it does that. It does that for me easily. But there are other real benefits, which I kind of started noticing right away. And the first is it reduces eye strain. The monitor light bar will light up like my desk without like shining directly into my eyes or on to the screen itself. So my eyes aren't working between just a bright monitor and like a dark room, which is not good for you at all. So having that monitor light, something in between those, prevents it from shining right into your eye. So it reduces eye strain, which means I can work and be more productive for longer. So that's a first actual real benefit to having a monitor light bar. Second, it definitely improves my screen visibility. So before, if I had other lights around the room, it will reflect or there would be some sort of glare on my monitor, which would make it harder to see what's on it. But now that I have a monitor light bar, it doesn't cause those screen glares like regular lamps do, because it's on top of it and it's angled slightly away from the monitor. It's not hitting directly on the monitor. So it doesn't cause any glare like regular lamps because the beam is angled away from the display, which is super nice because now my monitor looks way cleaner, way clearer than ever before. So absolutely love that. The other thing is, which is kind of a preference, it can really make your desk setup way more minimal. Personally, I do have 2 lamps in addition to the light bar, but I think going forward, I may move the lamps. But I still do like having it though. Sometimes I need extra light if I'm showcasing a product on the desk and stuff. So I have it for the purpose of production, but not necessarily for just like lighting up the area, because the monitor light bar does the job. So it will help you make your desk setup minimal as possible, because also it opens up more space. Like if I don't need to have a lamp, now it opens up more space for other things on my desk, which is super nice. So that's in terms of the pros of having a light bar or a monitor light bar in general. But what are the pros of this particular one, the Douxlife Monitor Light Bar? Pros are, it gets pretty bright. It has multiple options. There's a remote control. It's touch sensitive on the side. It fits nicely on your monitor. It's compatible for, all types of monitors, as long as you can grip it on there. And the actual stand that's standing on the monitor itself is pretty sturdy, and it's been doing the job ever since I got it. So I think overall it's built well in those aspects in terms of mounting it on. It has USB Type-C, which you can connect right to your computer itself. For power, you don't need to connect to an outlet or anything like that. Super convenient in that way. Like I just have it directly connected to my docking station. Does the job perfectly. And of course, it lights up my area. It's just enough lighting for what I needed it to do. And it's a simple, minimal, modern looking light bar, which goes with my setup and would probably go with any setup to start with. But there are issues which may be a deal breaker, to be honest. There are cons of this monitor light bar that's very important to know if you are considering getting it. So I didn't notice till slightly later, but when I initially was testing it out, it was fine. Like I can increase the brightness and it would go full bright, working great. I can change the temperature, so I can change colors. I can make it more like cozy, so orange vibe or orange, just like more cozy vibes, especially for nighttime, or I can make it more white. Yeah, so that's nice. So I can change the front light temperature from like 2700 K to 6500 Kelvins. So you do get that range, so you can go completely white or completely like cozy orange vibes based on your preference. And so that is all nicely done. But here's the problem. First off, it took a minute to figure out or just troubleshoot the remote control. Like I put in batteries and it wouldn't actually control the light bar. And I was like, okay, this is my first time setting it up. Maybe it's taking some time to communicate with the light bar. And it did. It took a solid like few hours, to be honest. I was messing around with it, troubleshooting it, and it still didn't connect. And then finally somehow it connected, and I don't know why. I don't know how I fixed it or why it's broken to begin with, but maybe it was due to range. Maybe I had it too far. So I have it relatively close. I mean, it's right next to my monitor, so it should work. And it did. And it's great. I can increase the brightness. I can change the temperature. I can increase the temperature, decrease the temperature, turn the light on, turn it off. It worked great for like a day. And then it started having issues again. The wireless remote started having issues again. And at that point, I was just like, okay, like this is kind of annoying. I need the remote to work. So there are controls on the actual light bar itself, which is nice. So you do have backup ways of turning it on and stuff like that, which is great. But having the remote is so much more convenient because I don't want to like touch the light bar, accidentally change it or move it, because I want to put it in the perfect orientation that it's in, which it is in right now. And I don't want to accidentally move it. So every time if I touch it to turn it on, there are chances of me accidentally moving it and then I have to readjust it, which can be annoying over time. So having the remote is nice, but the fact that it's not working is kind of pointless. So either this unit that I got is defective or they're all just like that. I don't know. I only got a single unit and I'm testing it. And these are my results and my experience so far. The other thing, which depending on your use case and how you use it, may or may not be annoying, but it is super annoying to me, especially at night. And that is when I increase the brightness of the light bar. This didn't happen first, but when I increase the brightness of the light bar, it starts making or emitting noise. So either when I increase the light bar, the electronics in there are vibrating and it's causing some noise, which especially at night when I'm working, when everyone's else asleep, I'm just trying to vibe and just kind of get my work done and everything's silent, I can hear it. And it is super annoying. Unless, you know, I put on headphones and I'm listening to music or something and it's fine. But since it does make noise, I've been just setting it to the lowest brightness setting, which is surprisingly enough, just bright enough for what I need it for. So I don't actually need to be any brighter than it is right now, which is in the lowest setting. But if I did increase the brightness, it does make noise. And I don't know, again, either this is just defective or it's just these are like that. So in terms of the quality of the electronics and the controls and everything in terms of functionality, it's not the best quality. So overall, these were my cons so far. I love the idea of a light bar, a monitor light bar. The idea is amazing. The actual applications of it are great. The benefits are definitely worth it. Like I cannot see myself not having a light bar going forward. But would I recommend this particular light bar? Probably not, because of the cons I mentioned. You know, it's emitting some odd noises. Controls aren't working half the time. And I mean, those are big ones. You know, it's definitely a deal breaker for me. I mean, I'm still going to use it going forward, but will I be looking for a better monitor light bar? 100%. So I cannot recommend this one for those particular issues. And I did reach out to the company, so I am looking to hear back if it's just this unit or if they are all like that. I hope not. I hope that's not the case, that this may just be a defective unit. But currently, based on my tests, I cannot recommend this guy, but I do highly recommend monitor light bars, and perhaps I'll look for alternatives and put it in the video descriptions for you guys. In terms of the price, this is priced around like 50 bucks, and based on when you get it, maybe the price will change. Maybe you'll get a discount. I believe it's priced around like 55 bucks. It's not crazy, and especially in like the lowest setting, it does the job. So if you don't care about like increasing it to the highest brightness or anything like that, you're just going to use it in lowest setting and you're okay with like doing the touch controls and touching the light bar all the time, then go for it. But if you're looking for a monitor light bar that has wireless remote control that works, doesn't make random noises or anything like that, then I would not recommend this. Based on the issues that I've been facing, I don't think it is worth the 55 bucks. It should be cheaper, maybe like 20, 30 bucks because of the problems I'm facing. But if it did not have these issues, I think the 55 bucks would have been fine. So I really hope it's just this unit is defective and the other lights are good. But from my test experience, I would not recommend this. Well, that's it for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on if you have ever used a monitor light or not, and would you recommend other ones that are good that you have used in your experiences? Definitely let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell icon. As always, have a superb day, and thanks for watching.